Hi there, I'm DeDe. In this seated session, we'll do movements with an emphasis on the transverse plane or rotational movements, as well as circular movements. This can lead to a stronger core, plus better range of motion in our spine, hips, and shoulders. In some cases, we can have less pain and dysfunction during athletic endeavors or even everyday life tasks. Does that sound good? Okay, here's what you'll need. A sturdy armless chair, a small towel, I have that over there, some water for hydration, and some athletic shoes. Give yourself plenty of space around your chair, and remember, always perform the moves at your own pace. Okay, let's begin. Join me sitting. So we're not sitting against the back of the chair. We're sitting about halfway between the front and the back. Sit up straight and tall. This is neutral spine. You want ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and then legs are in line with the hip joints, knees over ankles, and the feet are in line with one another, straight and even. Now let's roll the shoulders up and back and down and again. Taking deep breaths in with long breaths out. And we won't hold our breath at any point. Let's do a few more. This is a circular motion, isn't it? Because the circle is when your shoulders go up and back and down and around to the front, right? That's a circle. I'll try to point out when we're doing circular or rotational movements, just in case you don't notice. Let's do something with our ankles now. Circle around through one and circle around through the other. Now I'm showing holding on to the chair. If you don't need to hold on to the chair, then you put your hands in your lap, or we'll do some other stuff with the arms as we go. Can we add the shoulder circle to the ankle circle? Now we're doing some double circles. If that's too much brain fitness for you, then just do one or the other. Doing several things at one time is not always easy. Let's tap the toes now. We tap right, left, right, left. And again, holding on or not. You're still sitting up in your neutral spine, right? Right, left, right, left. Now we'll slow it down, so we have to apply more intense contraction and then switch. So the muscles in the shins, lifting the toes up and then switching to the other side. Keeping those muscles strong in the shin area helps to make us better at everything we do that involves our lower legs. Now back to the fast ones. Right, left, right, left. Starting to build up a little heat and fatigue in the shins. Hopefully, that's what we want. Now let's go to tiptoes. Both feet at the same time, heels up, heels down. Now something similar with the wrists, lifting, lowering. Keep the heel of your hand in contact with your leg. Heels up and fingers up. 4 more. Now let's bring everything up and hold. Hold it up. Keep breathing. And then down. Do it again. Hold it up. Again. You starting to feel the fatigue in your forearms? Maybe in your calves, ankles, and feet? Now, stop. Let's step one foot out and in, and then the other foot out and in. Not too far. At first, just going a little ways out. Now we'll come back into the center. You're holding on with your hands. Lift your knee up. Right knee, bring it down, and left knee. And if you can do it without holding on, then here you are. When you lift your knee, do you find it a challenge to still sit up tall? It might be. Let's put together the step out and the knee lift. Up and out, and up and in. Other side. Up and out, up and in. Like you're stepping over something, or like you're getting in or out of a car. Let's add an arm. Out, in, switch. You feel the work happening in your hips, maybe through your core, maybe into your low back specifically. Now just the legs, hold on to the chair, let's go faster. Out, in. Pick up your foot. So if you think about it, since we're talking about circles and rotation in this session, you're doing kind of a half circle, aren't you? Kind of a horseshoe shape there with your leg. Think about your foot as going up and over, and up and over. Let's do 4 more. That's 4. And 3. Now we take the feet out wide and we leave them out near the corners of your chair, which is one good reason to not have arms on your chair if possible. All right, roll the shoulders back and down. Now let's take the palms to face forward. We'll inhale, open up through your chest. Exhale, arms forward. Do it again. Now we have the feet wide, so we have lots of stability through our lower body. Two more. Now we're going to do one arm at a time, and we'll take it in a circle. Left hand comes down, right arm goes up and around and onto the leg. Now left arm, up and around and onto the leg. You feel comfortable with your eyes going with your hand? That's a little bit more balance challenge. See how it feels. Warming up through the neck as well. Draw a big circle. Keep breathing. If you need to keep your elbow bent to be comfortable, then keep your elbow a little bit bent. Check in with your shoulders, see how they feel with this. Now we're looking forward. Can we do both arms? Same time? Let's try it. Up and around and back and down. Go again. Maybe you add some breath here. Maybe you inhale as you go here, and then you exhale here. Can we do 4 more? Let's try. Expect to start feeling some fatigue. Just 2 more. Make sure you have plenty of space. All right, hands on the legs. Rest your shoulders now. Inhale, neutral spine. You're still neutral now as you exhale forward. Go again. Make sure your feet are in the right position to support you as you hip hinge. Now about halfway up, we inhale, halfway up, and then exhale, twist. There's a rotation right there. Inhale, switch. So we're taking our torso into rotation. We do rotation in so many of our everyday life tasks. Every time you're driving maybe, you want to look into the back seat or look over your shoulder, look behind you. Every time you're reaching behind you to do something, you're trying to see how you look, looking over your shoulder into the mirror. You're using rotation. What about athletic endeavors? Like golf, that's a big one. We use a lot of rotation in golf, don't we? Just one more. All right, come back into the center now. We'll bring the feet back in line with the hips. Now one hand on the chair, inhale, exhale, reach over, little side bend. Now switch. So rotation is just one of the things that our torso can do. It can also bend forward, that's flexion. It can also bend to the side, that's what we're doing right now, that's lateral flexion. It can bend backward, that's extension. And of course it can rotate, that's what we're focusing on in this session. So let's do that now. Inhale, take one arm across, exhale. Inhale, one arm across, exhale. You're still sitting up tall, right? Let's go both arms across. So we inhale, push the energy across, and then exhale, hold on to the chair. Inhale, and exhale. All right, let's come back to the center. Let your arms hang long. Roll your shoulders. You feel nice and warmed up? I hope you do. One more. All right, we're moving our feet wide. We're sliding to the front edge of the chair, and then we're here. This knee is under the hip. This knee is over the ankle. Now we rock the pelvis forward and back. I want you to feel it right here, right by your front pocket area. So the combination of tissue that attaches the front of your leg to the front of your hip, the hip flexor area. That's what we're trying to limber right now. All right, let's go to the other side. Turn. Easy does it. Line yourself up. You're at the edge. You're still holding on. Now we rock the pelvis. Forward and back. Two more. So as you rock your pelvis, you're involving your low back, a little bit of your mid back as well. One more. All right, now let's turn to the original direction, this way. And then here we are. We'll back the back foot up a little bit so the knee is not directly under the hip. And then we'll inhale, reach your arm toward me, and then exhale, twist, look toward the back of the chair. Go again. If we're moving too quickly, remember what I said at the beginning. You move at your pace. Slower if you need to. Now this time we inhale, open the arm way up, and then exhale, turn and stay there. Keep breathing. Put a little bit more weight on your back foot. Lift up a little taller, up through the crown of your head. If you can reach the back of the chair with both hands, then take both hands back there. Find your maximum twist here. Keep it comfortable. All right, coming back to the center. Switch sides slowly. So there was a lot of stretch going on in the hips. Did you feel that? Arrange yourself back to here and then back your back foot up a little bit. Now here's your arm closest to me. Inhale and exhale. Look back over the back of the chair. Again. Can you open your arm up a little bit bigger? Last one. This time we stay facing back. Stay here. Put more weight on your back foot. And then maybe both hands on the back of the chair. Can you relax your shoulders a little further? Feel your breathing. Okay, let's come back to center. How did you do? Let's bring the legs in. We'll do our seated version of child's pose. So bring your legs in line with your hip joints, fold your arms, rest them on top of your legs, or you can go all the way underneath your legs. Just keep your legs the same distance apart. Don't squeeze too tightly with your arms. Stay here. Now you can surrender some of the weight of your torso to your arms or rest on your legs, but don't round your back, don't collapse, all right? So stay neutral, whether you're resting on your legs or your arms. Now wherever you are, take your hands on your legs and help yourself up. Okay, let's move the feet out. We're about halfway between the front and the back of the chair. Move your feet out to shoulder width. Plant your feet firmly down. Hold on to the chair. Now we'll start to do a circumduction or a rotation with our torso. So see what we're doing here? Go with me. Let's go the other way. Whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, whether you're thinking left and right, whatever you're thinking. One more time. So we're holding on in this variation, right? How about a variation, let's go the other way, where we're not holding on, and we have our hands on our legs. How does that feel to you? Can you keep your head just above your shoulders? So we're not letting our neck relax. We don't have sort of a floppy neck. We have a nice strong neck. Now stop and go the other way. Are you leaning some weight on your legs with your hands? You can. One more time around. But next time I'm going to give you the option to not have your hands on your legs. You can take that option if it's right for you. Now stop, hands across your chest. Here we go this way. Make sure your feet are firmly pressing into the ground, especially when you start to lean toward me, forward, like this. Really press your feet into the ground. Let's go the other way, around. Keep your neck firm and strong. Now, if you're getting very fatigued here, you may be circling too big. So make it a little bit smaller. All right, let's go back this way again. How about one set of fingertips to your temple? That's a little bit more challenging, especially for your core muscles. Go around again. Let's go the other way. Switch hands. Now, if you're choosing to do this variation with me, make sure your elbow stays out to the side. Now we'll change directions again. Option, fingers to temples like this. Keep your hips firmly on the chair. Now one hip is going to be lighter than the other, but they're both still in contact with the chair. Let's go the other way. And again, circular motion. It feels fluid, doesn't it? There's no starts and stops, there's no angles, there's no corners. Let's go this way. This time, if you want, hands up above your head. Now this is the most challenging variation. And we're also the most fatigued that we've been since we started. So if this isn't working for you, don't do it. Go back to something easier if that's better for you. Make it right for you and reverse. So I've been talking a lot about spinal neutrality. That means the back is long and straight and there's no curves. Make sure you're still holding on to your spinal neutrality. All right, stop. Let your arms come down if they were up. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. One more. Okay. Walk your feet in a little bit closer to one another, about hip joint distance apart. Hands on the chair, lean back, maintain your neutrality with your spine. Keep your feet on the floor. And then sit up. Now, same thing, neutrality with the spine, leaning forward, reach out through the crown of your head. Stay here. And then come up. Let's lean back again. Long and straight. Feet on the floor. How about one hand on your lap? And then come up, go forward. How about both hands on your lap? Make sure you're tipping forward with a hip hinge. That's important. Let's go back again. Now, is your back getting fatigued? If it is, you can go into that child's pose that we did earlier where you're resting your forearms on your legs. Let's go forward. Remember this? You can go there anytime you need to, otherwise you're here. This is not restful. This is work. Let's lean back again. Now, stay here. Our theme today is rotation and circles. So let's rotate, center, turn, center. So one shoulder is going back toward the back of the chair. How's your neck? Is it getting fatigued? Let's go to the front now. To the front. Hands back. You can hold the back of the chair if you need to, otherwise arms out. And let's turn the thumbs to face out toward the side walls. Long, straight, neutral spine. And then we rotate one way, center, the other way. Center, rotate, center. Let's do a few more. Is your back straight? Are you reaching the crown of your head away from your tailbone? How about 4 more like this? Remember, you're holding on to the chair and you're twisting from there if that feels better for you. Now let's come back to the center. Relax your arms. Roll your shoulders once again. 2 more. One more time. How do your torso muscles feel? Are they tired? They should be a little bit tired. Okay, separate your feet. If your towel is underneath your chair, put your hand on your leg and reach under and grab it. If your towel is over to the side like mine, then you'll do the same thing. Support with your hand on your leg. We're going to pick up that towel now. It's a small bath-sized towel. If you don't have it, go get it now. Now let's talk about this. We want to keep a lot of tension in the towel. That's key. That's important. Tension in the towel is what's going to help us create the stability and the strength that we want to create from this towel work. Okay? So none of this. It's got to be strong. If your towel is too thick and it doesn't feel comfortable, get a thinner towel. Do that now. And in the meantime, we're going to do a big circle around our face. If there were a wall in front of us, we would be painting a giant circle on the wall. Circular motion. Keep the tension in the towel. Now come back to center and go the other way. The more tension in the towel, the better. But check this out. You don't want to have tension in your shoulders. No extreme shoulder tension. Towel tension, but not shoulder tension. Now let's rest. Roll the shoulders. Now that was one direction of circle. Let's do a different direction. Tension in the towel, arms long, shoulders down. Let's take the towel out in front and then bend your elbows, keep the tension, pull it next to you. Out in front and pull it next to you, like you're stirring a giant pot of your favorite soup. Go the other way. Show me the tension in the towel, a lot of tension. Feel that you're pulling away from the center of the towel. 2 more. And 1 more time, working on our balance a little bit here, working on strength, working on endurance. And relax, rest. Now we take the towel underneath the legs and we turn the ends of the towel up this way. So it's underneath the leg. You're going to lift your foot up. If that's not comfortable for your low back or not comfortable for any reason, keep your toes on the floor. But otherwise, we're here. Now let's take the ankle around in a circle in both directions. There's another circle. Try to relax the weight of your leg into the towel so you don't get a cramp in your hip flexor. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, and we switch. Go under. And then pull up. Make sure you set your posture nice and tall and neutral. Come on up. Ankle circles, both directions. Around, around. Let your legs stay heavy, and you pull with your arms. We're getting a little strengthening in our arm and shoulder muscles. All right, come on down. Now we're done with the towel. You can set it off to the side. Make sure you support with your hand. You can also put it under your chair if that's more convenient for you. Now we're at the front of the chair. Stretch one leg out in front. Take your hands in front. Support on your legs or forearm and hand down on your shin. Flex your foot. That's a stretch for the back of the leg. Do you feel it? All the way down the back of the leg. And then we come up, then we switch. Stretch, hip hinge forward. Now, while we're at the front of the chair, let's bend both knees, place your feet flat down, grab the back of the chair, slide your hands up as high as you can, pull your shoulders back, and lean forward into the chest expansion stretch. That feels so good. On the front of the torso, the front of the shoulders, doesn't it? That's one of my favorites. And then release. Now we scoot back a bit. So we're back to the halfway between the front and back of the chair. Now cross your right ankle over your left, or your right knee over your left knee, or your right ankle over your left knee. Let your knee drop down, and then hip hinge forward if you can. Feel that stretch in your right hip. Flex your foot. And then come on up. Don't change legs. We're going to twist. Here's another rotation. Take your left arm across. Take your right hand onto the chair and look as far back as you can. Keep flexing your foot, your top foot. And then let's come back to center. Now we switch legs. So you have the same option, ankle, knee, or ankle over knee. Let your knee drop down. Straight and tall with your posture and hip hinge forward if you can. This is a very powerful stretch. Is your foot flexed? Try to flex your foot. That helps to stabilize and protect your knee on your top leg. Coming up, staying in the position and twisting. We did lots of rotating today. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Rotation is so integral to so many things that we do. Next time you're doing your favorite activity, notice how much rotation may be involved. And then come back to center. Separate your legs. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. Okay, so how do you feel? By focusing on rotational movements and circular motion, where we're able to challenge our balance as well as increase the range of motion in our joints, specifically our hip joints, shoulder joints, and spine. Thank you for joining me, but more importantly, thank yourself for being here and treating yourself well. I'll see you next time.